So, teachers have a huge effect on raising students and environmental awareness, and helping them develop sensitivity to environmental issues is a key role now. I feel teachers sometimes, if I look into the pattern, sometimes we ourselves are more into completing the portion. With completing the portion, we have lot of syllabus which is related to environment, but in that in itself we need to inculcate sensitivity, and the sensitivity part should not be only related to studies. For example, I would like to quote this, that when we were having Gurukul system earlier, the child would sit in the environment. He would hear the sounds of bird, and with that his senses would become more strong. Looking into the environment. Now, suppose if one question is quoted to a child, which tree is more important? Okay, one says this tulsi tree is very important. It is very medicinal plant. Neem is very important. Or this plant is mango tree. Mango is giving mangoes. But which tree is important? I feel each and every tree is important, isn't it? So bringing that kind of sensitivity and then taking it forward, when the child grows up, he comes into his teens, or when the child after teens, when he goes into adolescent age and he becomes an adult and goes into career life, there we need to see to it that he's still a human being. The child needs to understand that he is still a human being.
Very good.
करेक्ट और नागपाल जी, बराबर है कि नहीं? आप
Absolutely.
बताइए मुझे। लेकिन ये बात मैंने मेरे अंदर रखी है, क्योंकि मैंने मेरे बच्चों के अंदर भी डाली है कि नहीं, हमें ह्यूमन बनना है। वी हैव टू बी अ गुड सिटीजन, अ गुड ह्यूमन बीइंग। आवर एम शुड नॉट बी जस्ट करियर, मतलब मुझे डॉक्टर बनना है, मुझे इंजीनियर बनना है, या मैं ये बनूंगा, डांसर बनूंगा। इसके अलावा मुझे एक अच्छा काइंड ह्यूमन बीइंग बनना है। अगर हम काइंडनेस लेकर आएंगे, तभी हम एनवायरनमेंट के बारे में सोचेंगे, तभी हमें पृथ्वी माँ की रक्षा करनी है, ये दिमाग में आएगा। तो ये कहीं ना कहीं बचपन से हमें सिखाना जरूरी है, और मिडल में भी सिखाना जरूरी है। जैसे जैसे मैं हेमा मैडम को काफी दिनों से जानती हूँ, तो ये एक्टिविटीज के थ्रू हमें आगे तक लेके जाना, या तो सब्जेक्ट इनकलकेट करना पड़ेगा, और हमें बैक टू रूट्स हमें जाना चाहिए। हमारा जो गुरुकुल सिस्टम था, उस सिस्टम को हमें फिर से लाना है, जिस जिस जिसका मान, हम गौरव थे, हम हमारी भारत जिसका मतलब पहचान थी, हमारी नालंदा, तक्षशिला, हमारे आर्यभट्ट, हमारा जो मेडिसिन था, आयुर्वेदा जो था, वो सब चीज हैम्पर हो चुका है आज। कहीं ना कहीं रूट कॉज हमें ढूंढना है, और हमें, और ये टॉपिक सच में नागपाल जी बहुत ही डीप है। एनवायरमेंटल अवेयरनेस एंड एनवायरमेंटल सेंसिटिविटी, ये आज का टॉपिक नहीं है। ये अगर हमने ध्यान नहीं रखा, तो थोड़े ही वर्षों में, जैसे नॉट थोड़े ही वर्षों में, आप देख रहे हो इतने टाइफून्स आ रहे हैं, अभी ग्लेशियर का आपने सुना।
Exactly.
हाँ, क्यों हो रहा है ये सारी बातें इसीलिए हो रही है क्योंकि धरती माँ वो बोझ उठा नहीं पा रही है। फ्लड्स आ रहे हैं इतने।
Humanity has seen the most hottest years from 2001.
यस, आप सोचो, आज हिमगिरी से ग्लेशियर नीचे गिरता है, और थोड़े दिनों में बोलते हैं कि बर्फ पूरी जाने वाली है। इट इज सो अलार्मिंग, इमेजिन। और हम ह्यूमन बींग्स अभी भी नहीं समझ रहे नागपाल जी, एंड ऑल द ऑडियंस, वी आर स्टिल नॉट अंडरस्टैंडिंग कि हम तो नेचर के आंखों में वही बंदर है, और हम तो नेचर के आंखों में वही चिड़िया है। नेचर क्या हमें आइडेंटिफाई नहीं करती कि आज मैं बंगले में रह रही हूँ या मैं एक हट में रह रही हूँ। मेरे नेचर के लिए तो हम सेम है।
Correct, correct,
तो
correct.
हम लोगों में ये एटीट्यूड क्यों आता है? हम क्यों भूल जाते हैं कि हमारा मेन धर्म ह्यूमैनिटी है? हम, अगर हमको भगवान ने ब्रेन दिया है, हम मानव जाति जो बोलते हैं, मानव जाति, कि हम इस रेस में सबसे ऊंचे हैं क्योंकि हमारे पास ब्रेन है, तो ये ब्रेन हम अच्छे कामों के लिए क्यों नहीं यूज करते नागपाल जी? हम क्यों नहीं बचा रहे हैं हमारे धरती? अभी भी मैं देखती हूँ इतने झाड़ कट रहे हैं और फिर से उगाने का कुछ नहीं प्लान है। प्लास्टिक इतना यूज हो रहा है, वहां पे मोदी जी बोल रहे हैं प्लास्टिक मत यूज करो, प्लास्टिक की थैलियां बंद कर दी, फिर भी वही के वही है हम। Unless and until we put it in ourselves, we bring it up, each one has to take up their own responsibility. Self governing society, अब हमको क्या करना पड़ता है? एक पुलिसमैन को खड़ा करना पड़ता है, मास्क डाला है कि नहीं डाला है, और हमें बोलना पड़ता है डंडा लेके कि स्वच्छ भारत अभियान जो नहीं करेगा उसको फाइन लगाएंगे, तब जाके कहीं ना कहीं सुधरता है। लेकिन सुधरने के लिए हमें अपने आप को ही चेंज करना पड़ेगा, and we need to put in more rigorous activities in school, in adolescent, in adult life also, even companies. Like, you know, when suppose if I am here in school, so मैंने बच्चों का responsibility लिया, तो अब बड़े लोग जो companies है, जिसके industries है, तो they should see to it that उनकी चिमनी जो जा रही है ऊपर, तो वो एनवायरमेंट को हार्म ना करे, या फिर जो वेस्ट निकल रहा है वो पानी में सेफली जाए, या वो ट्रीट होके जाए। सो वी हैव टू टेक दैट ऑन आवरसेल्फ। आई फील दिस इज मोस्ट इम्पोर्टेंट, एंड नॉर्म्स लगाने चाहिए, बहुत स्ट्रिक्ट लॉज करने चाहिए कि अगर किसी ने फ्लोट किए हैं नॉर्म्स, तो वन शुड टेक अ कॉल, नॉट ओनली फॉर लोअर टू अप, it is a stepwise way. So I feel that this should be done.
Fantastic. Excellent.
And एक last quote मैं बोलना चाहूंगी कि we do not inheritate earth from our ancestors. We do not.
Yeah.
But we are borrowing it from our children. So
Correct.
our children need to work on it now, and we need to sensitize our children towards the alarming situation which is foreseen now.
Exactly. I mean, like you have elaborated the problem. Rather, you have presented a very gory picture here, very scary picture here, and we all really need to work it on. Very rightly said that it cannot be done in the schools. It has to go on throughout the life. You mentioned out we are having the largest brain. I mean, like a small interjection there. We are the, from Homo sapiens to human being. This journey is becoming too tough for us, seriously. Being human is needing a lot of values. According to some archaeological research, Neanderthals were having around 1500 to 1600 cubic center brain. We are having around 1400 to 1500 cubic center brain. Still, the Neanderthals are not existing because they lack the cooperation and coordination. We, Homo sapiens, we the human beings, really have that amazing capacity to cooperate and collaborate. HEMA Foundation is that sort of organization which is keeping that up. It was really great. Like, we need to take the education forward, not in the childhood, but in the adolescence also. Very rightly you pointed out. Individual responsibilities also you talked about. And strict laws are already there. Laws are already in place. But we need to, self-sensitivity is more important in rather expecting the laws to come and, ask us. Thank you so much for such an wonderful words. It is really great. And I hope our all panelists and all the listeners will try to have something, taken forward in their life. So nice of you. Thank you so much. Now, I would invite our next speaker, Dr. Daksha Shah. And Dr. Shah, may I just remind you that we are having around 5 to 6 minutes slots now. So we would expect some great learning lessons from you, since you are having an amazing experience of around 42 years. I mean, like, I'm just pacing myself to be there. So thank you so much, first of all, and please, may I please honor the giving the stage to you for 5 to 6 minutes. Ma'am, you are on mute actually. Could you please unmute yourself? I'm still, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Please.
Good evening, Nagpalji, Madam Vijayan, and all my dear colleagues and all. I am basically a very pragmatic person, and I believe that we should do this, one should do, instead of that, we have to practice. I have been going to many schools and all. I have seen the water tap is leaking. Go and tell the principal that the plumber is not coming, this and that. The children are watching that the water is leaking, but none of us are able to take the good action on it. At home, the bai is working, cleaning the vessels and all. The full tap is on, and the water is wasted. Like that, while washing clothes, if you go to any Jhupadapatti, because I love to see all those places, how they are using it. And I love to be in with our own community people. I see that they personally feel कि पानी full flow में होगा तभी बर्तन साफ होगा, full flow में होगा तभी कपड़े साफ होंगे. So these are the sensitivity. What I believe sensitivity is means to have a own feeling that how I can save water, how can I save earth and all. So I would like to cite few examples what I am supposed to, till date I am doing it. First of all, I have made one pot in my house, kept it outside the balcony, put a water, soil in it, and every day whatever kitchen waste, peel of vegetable and other things and all comes, I put it there with one pot of water there. The birds comes, they eat up. At the end of the day, I put some soil on it. Again, next day birds comes and eat, and they drink water. That is the time I feel then dhania patti and pudina and all those things with bhaji, which I get it, that comes along with the string. So what I do, all these things and a string, along with the string and all I put with the feeling, the value in me. Now birds will take away these strings and dandi jo hoti hain, pudina ki, methi ki, dhania ki, palak ki and all, they eat and then they take away. And then सुतली की जो रस्सी आती है वो भी डालती हूँ, और नेक्स्ट डे मैं देखती हूँ कि सुतली की रस्सी भी नहीं होती है, कोई डंडियां भी नहीं होती हैं, and they'll take away. And I imagine how birds must be making their nest very nicely, taking away things from my home. Like that, while having bath. If you are having under the shower, put a tub, let the water flow in the tub, and you take your bath. Afterwards, put that water in the flush to clean your bath, toilet. And otherwise, the rest of the water, you wipe it out and clean the bathroom when you come out of it. So when guest comes at home, you give them a glass of water to drink. If it's full of glass of water, they do not drink full. So collect that water at the end of the day and put it in the plant. While washing grain, rice, dal, other things, that water, you put it in another pot, whole day kitchen while cooking and all, again that put it in a pot or collect it and do it. Now these things, small things, it is very, very essential to be sensitive about it. And sir, you will not believe, or you will agree with me that whatever we are, like this is the season, will be jamun, mango, and all the fruits are coming. Now when, hello?
Please continue, ma'am.
Yes, when we eat that, I wash it up and I have made a small pot and I put that seeds in.
जी madam, बोलिए.
Shall I continue?
Please.
Yeah. So this is what I was thinking about, that we have to be sensitive about things around us. And this charity begins at home. If the children are seeing us doing this, we can do so many. And I plant all those small seeds and go to the various garden, and every year at least 10 to 15 plant I planted. And this is and reuse things whatever we have it at home, and the dupattas of house, and make a bags out of it. And there are so many things we can do it, sir. And as I said, that water can be saved, the other parts of the life, and growing plants. And this thing we have to teach to our children. I plant the trees on my birthdays, children's birthday, neighbor's birthday, and then I see to it that within 1 month, 1 year, they start growing well. I ask them to pour the water in that. So basically sensitivity of the environment, noise, the marriages and all, wherever we go, how to behave well, how to see TV and noise pollution and other things. So there are so many things, sir, I wanted to say, and got a little disturbed and distracted by so much of noise in between. I don't know what it came for. So, sir, this is what sensitivity means to me, is that we have to treat and see practical things at home, like fridge, like ice is melting. Children will not go to see that ice is melting. But in the house, we have a fridge, and the temperature increases, the ice is melting and the water is coming out. So these things, practical things, we can teach to our children and show them that this is what is this thing, and how the forestation is important. And I remember my son who was studying in Silochana Devi, he was in grandson. And once in his society, one of the people were killing the snake. And he got so much upset about it, that he cut it off. He felt so bad. He says, why they cut it off? And we are saying that learn the nature and other things. So this is what I wanted to say. And there are so many things. Be practical, be pragmatic, do things, let the children watch you. And school textbooks, they talk, do these. Rules are made, but how rules can be broken also. So it is better that each individual, as Madam said, each individual should be responsible for their environment and take care. God bless you. There are so many good things, many examples I wanted to give, but we don't have time. But we can meet again. And I'm so happy that second time I'm with you all, Vijayam and all. But teachers and every human need to be a practical in life and be observant. Observe everything what is happening around and be sober while telling somebody to this thing. Thanks a lot, sir. Nakpal sir, God bless you. God bless you.
To take the points from you, and I think mostly you highlighted the individual responsibility and educational awareness. You should have the complete information, which is really necessary. I can point out here the real info, reuse, recycle, and these all, and how we can really take it on forward. The greatly you mentioned, ultimately it comes to your knowledge and your own sensitivity towards nature. I'll go to
your value system and your attentiveness. That is what. How you value things. I value every part of things. Thank you very much. God bless you, Nakpal sir.
Thank you so much.
Nice to be with you.
Thank you so much. I would expect all the speakers to continue their points effectively, emphatically, despite of having the presence of some unwanted, I should say, people here. We never have to get distracted about those. That's the only examination the nature is posing towards us. We need to deal with this energy. We cannot buckle down ourselves before these all unwanted substances or elements on earth. We need to move on. We need to take it on forward. And with that note, I would request Dr. Neerja Gautam to come with her opinions. Dr. Neerja Gautam, the stage is to you.
Yeah. Thank you, Nakpal sir. So thank you for giving me this platform. And sorry for the topic which I understood. But it will help you in getting the various steps or ways to inculcate that value of nature lover among students. Let me try to give some useful tips to you. So as we all know that environment sensitivity, it's a trait, it's not a disorder. It's a deep cognitive processing of physical, social, and emotional stimuli.
Beautiful.
While enhancing this sensitivity, child requires openness to experiences, which can be achieved with development of traits of aesthetic sensitivity. And researchers say that positive outcomes, they are common in individuals with aesthetic sensitivity, that is with heightening positive emotion.
Akash, I'm not able to see Dr. Neerja Gautam. I'm sorry, madam.
Pardon? Hello?
She is already spotlighted. She is on spotlight.
Okay, thank you. Please go on, ma'am.
Okay, fine. So I say, as I earlier said, that researchers say that positive outcomes are common in individuals with aesthetic sensitivity, that is with heightened positive emotion. Nobody can reach your head and make you feel bad. It's only yourself who can make efforts to achieve happiness or positive outlook. So as we know that the goal of social science curriculum is to produce active citizens who can make informed decisions and solve problems in the changing world. So here we have to work on the proverb, seeing is believing. That is sensitivity through children's attention to emotion, which can better be achieved through family harmony. So what I think that if you want to inculcate values among students, you should start from family, from home. So here we should have some tips how we can develop family harmony. So the very first step regarding it is speak kindly to each other. Sometimes you are so much busy, so much exhausted that your harsh tone in the house disturbs others. But if you use that apology for that harsh tone, then it becomes non-intentional and the pleasantness remains there in the home. Another is let each member of your family know what it is that you value in them. That is, you are kind, generous, helpful, supportive. They should not take them as for granted. We should value their positive habits. We should let them acknowledge, yes, I appreciate your kindness, your generosity, your helpfulness, so that they could be helpful in outside society also. So another tip is they should value the uniqueness of each member of your family. We should celebrate the positivity among those children. That you have that value of cooperativeness. You are very helpful in this very particular problem. Kindly give your suggestions. So we should appreciate their uniqueness in the family so that confidence among children can be built. They can put their own decisions in some constructive ideas. Now, another way, beautiful way is use Sunday as a day to gather and meet about the week ahead. Here we require preparation for proper planning throughout the week. That is highlights or low lights from the week past. They are the way of connecting and preventing potential problems or pitfalls in the coming week. That is, it helps us to make our planning for the whole week, how to work accordingly. Then another is have a plan for managing stress. As we know that our day-to-day life is so much full of hectic schedules. So what it requires to manage stress at home is we should exercise, creative pursuits, fun activities, positive relationships. All these counteract the effect of stress and we try to work for better. Then another is realize when to say no. This is very important. That is, we should provide downtime to the students. Okay. Students have very hectic schedule. कभी sports है, कभी homework है, कभी हमने कोई hobby classes जाना है. So out of that much hectic schedule, they should realize that for doing particular work, I don't have that time I require rest. So I should prefer learn no. For that, we must give or provide students the downtime so that they can take rest or think about their own self for some time. And for that, another step is find some quiet time daily. Just 10 minutes of the time. Pardon?
We are talking about enhancing the sensitivity of children towards nature.
Yeah, and the contribution of family, because we say that seeing is believing.
Absolutely, yes. Role modeling ourselves that the children can have those.
When if we want to make them learn openness to experiences, they can better learn from family only.
Exactly.
So when we say that quiet time daily, for that they require learning of meditation or spending time in their room, playing with their mother, walking outside, writing, drawing, just to bring back mind to quietness so that they can think in a calm way.
In fact, what I buy from your points is like you need to prepare a good brains and you need to prepare the creative, and ultimately they can be molded easily towards nature and their sensitivity enhanced.
They should spend time with nature also. How? It's just outside our door. How you can water your plants, how can you maintain your plants growth.
Educating them.
Yeah. You should spend time with your plants. Or even in schools also, they should have practical work. कि हाँ भाई आपके मार्क्स लगेंगे, आप इस प्लांट को पूरे सीजन में कैसे ग्रो करते हो, कौन से प्लांट की क्या वैल्यू है, किस तरह से हमें हेल्प कर सकता है, what are the different ways we can grow that plant in a proper way. Nurturing of plants, that can also be done through practical activity, because we are talking about openness to experiences. This is the only gateway through which we can develop aesthetic sensitivity among students.
Very important point. Aesthetic sensitivity. It's a very good word. And if I take on from you here, what you basically pointed out, the aesthetic sensitivity and the responsibilities we have to assign to the children by practically exposing with the nature. Before creating a sensitivity amongst the children, you very rightly pointed out, it is necessary that their point of view, their judgment, their brain, their way of thinking, their sight has to be turned in that way. Very, very valid point. And here I can add on to, from my own experiences of some educational institute, they organize certain events like on the birthdays, the planting the tree. On the school premises, they will be assigning certain trees to the certain classes, and they'll be looking.
They should have competition regarding plantation.
Correct. And when we are having 12th standard farewell ceremonies, then every student is gifted with a plant from the school. And school premises is having the names of certain students ticked on it based on their performance. So there are very creative ways the educational institutes have taken it.
If we want them to protect nature, they should have that feeling of living with the nature.
That's what we are talking. Like, how can we enhance it? The point is they have it. How can we enhance it further? And very rightly, I mean, like, I like this word, aesthetic sense. That's wonderful. I must forward you. Thanks for your words and enlightening session with us. Now, may I please invite Mrs. Hina Chhabra to have her opinions. How can we enhance the sensitivity of children towards Mother Nature? Madam Hina Chhabra. Please go on, Madam Hina Chhabra. You please unmute yourself, and we are waiting to listen to you. You're still unmute, Hina ji. Hina ji, you are still on mute.
Hina ji, please click on unmute. I have given you a notification. If you could just click on that.
Please click on.
But yes, got it. Yes. मेरे ख्याल से बहुत सारे पॉइंट्स बहुत सारे लोगों ने, निकिता जी ने, नीरजा जी ने, दक्षा मैडम ने बहुत सारे पॉइंट्स काफी हद तक कवर कर लिए हैं. आई टोटली एग्री विद डॉक्टर निकिता जी अबाउट सेल्फ गवर्निंग सोसाइटी. अब एक अच्छी आज मैं बात करूं, आज एक जिम्मेदार नागरिक, एक माँ और एक एजुकेशनिस्ट होने के नाते आई वुड लाइक टू वार्न द पब्लिक, अभी नहीं तो कभी नहीं.
क्या बात?
As it is rightly said कि charity begins at home, right? उसी तरह sensitivity मेरे हिसाब से begins at home only. It's very true. Children find immense happiness in nature. हमने ये पूरे pandemic में observe किया कि बच्चे इतने ज़्यादा online थे कि उसके बाद उन्होंने gadgets सब उठा के side पे रख दिए. They wanted to come out and play. उनकी एग्जामिनेशंस ऑनलाइन थी, उनकी पढ़ाइयाँ ऑनलाइन थी, लेकिन इस वक्त वो चाहते थे कि हम बाहर आएं और खेलें, नेचर को ऑब्जर्व करें. ये पूरे पैंडेमिक में हमें जहाँ कभी भी चिड़ियों की चहकने की आवाज सुनाई नहीं देती थी, वो सुनने को मिली, बिकॉज द पोल्यूशन वाज टोटली गॉन, राइट? वी कुड हियर वो सुंदर आवाजें जो हम कभी सुना करते थे सुबह उठ के, वो हमें उस पैंडेमिक के दौरान सुनने को मिली. नाउ कमिंग टू द पॉइंट कि हाउ द सेंसिटिविटी कैन बी एनहांस्ड. मेरी एक सिंपल सी थॉट प्रोसीजर है कि एक लैंग्वेज सीखने के लिए 4 चीज़ों का हम ध्यान में रखते हैं. दैट इज LSRW, लिसनिंग, स्पीकिंग, रीडिंग एंड राइटिंग. तो मेरा फॉर्मूला है AVDL, दैट इज एक्शन of the parent, visualization of the child, that is V, then discovering while doing it on their own, and then L, inculcating it into a lifestyle. Simple. Now, when the child learns it through it, that is learning through the joy of discovery. Because when a child discovers it, he will never forget. जो आप इन्वेंट करते हैं, जो आप डिस्कवर करते हैं, वो कभी भूलते नहीं हैं. तो वो कभी ना कभी कहीं ना कहीं डाउन द लाइन प्रोसीजर उसके दिमाग में रहता है. While doing this, he is totally actively engaged. A proper process of motivation, ownership, and leadership is in a flow. He becomes creative as well as he develops the skill to solve the problem throughout a tailored learning experience because he has done it himself. उसे पता है, right? अब इसमें हम कहाँ करते हैं? हम लोगों ने देखा है कि पेरेंट्स घर में पेट लाते हैं बच्चों के लिए. पेट क्यों लाया जाता है? शेयरिंग केयरिंग सिखाने के लिए, राइट? जब शेयरिंग केयरिंग बच्चा जब सीखने लगता है, वो पूरा पेट को होल्ड कर लेता है. ही टेक्स केयर, उसकी नीड्स, उसका फूड, उसकी टॉयलेट हैबिट्स, उसके बाद में उसके साथ धीरे धीरे करके ही स्टार्ट शेयरिंग हिज थॉट्स. तो इसी तरह हम क्यों ना बच्चों में ये डालें कि व्हाई नॉट टेक प्लांट्स एज अ पेट. हम प्लांट्स को पेट की तरह बनाएं. गिफ्ट हिम अ प्लांट. नाउ यू हैव टू टेक केयर ऑफ दिस प्लांट. ये किस तरह ग्रो होगा, ये किस तरह बढ़ेगा, इस पे फूल कब आएगा, इस पे कली कब आएगी, इस पे पहला पत्ता कब आएगा. तो अगर ये सब चीजें हम नोट करें तो शायद बच्चे को ये खुशी, ये उसको सारी जिंदगी याद रहेगी कि कभी ना कभी, जैसे हम हमारे दादा परदादा बोला करते थे कि आज हम लगाएंगे तो कल हमें हमारे पोते पोतियां इसका फल खाएंगे, राइट? तो ये कहीं ना कहीं हमें इनकलकेट करने की बहुत ज्यादा जरूरत है. दूसरा पॉइंट, हम सेंसिटिविटी को हम इन्वायरमेंट से जोड़ रहे हैं, सब चीजों से जोड़ रहे हैं, लेकिन अगर वो ग्रीन जोन रहेगा ही नहीं तो हम क्या करेंगे? वो ग्रीन जोन को कंजर्व करना, उसकी केयर करना, उसको ताउम्र जिंदा रखना हम सबके लिए जरूरी है. वो हमने हमेशा देखा है, वी हैव एवर सीन, आपने कभी देखा होगा कि patients in the hospital beds near the window side having the sea beach view or having the nature view जल्दी heal होते हैं. There is a reason behind it. बहुत सारी चीजें हैं. When you are stressed, when you are tensed, you want to go out for a stroll. You don't want to stay inside the family. आप किसी से बात नहीं करना चाहते हैं. उस वक्त आप किससे बात करना चाहते हैं? जस्ट अपने आप से, आसपास आजू बाजू पेड़ पौधों से, जो मालूम है आपको रिस्पॉन्ड तक नहीं करेंगे. But still, you want to go, you want to have a talk to them, and then उसके बाद आप ये चाहते हैं कि बस somebody is there जो आपको सुने. There should be somebody who should listen. तो इस सब को कंजर्व करने के लिए हमें एक की जिम्मेदारी है ही नहीं है. हाँ, इतना जरूर है कि फैमिली से अगर शुरू होता है तो ये आगे तक जाता है. इसमें टीचर्स का रोल, पेरेंट्स का रोल, बच्चों का रोल, तीनों का है. But some of the other line, the education comes later on. जिस तरीके से माँ अपने बच्चे को सिखाती है, बेटा फोक ऐसे पकड़ते हैं, स्पून ऐसे पकड़ते हैं, खाना ऐसे खाते हैं, ये तो स्कूल नहीं सिखाता है, राइट? बच्चों को सिखाया जाता है, बड़ों को आप करके बात की जाती है, बेटा तू करके नहीं. तो these things are inculcated at home values. तो अगर हम ये होम वैल्यू फ्रंट पे इसको ले लेते हैं तो इट विल बिकम मच ईजियर इवन फॉर द चिल्ड्रन. और हर माँ ये चाहती है कि मेरा बच्चा कहीं ना कहीं पूरा ट्रेन होके स्कूल जाए. तो अगर ये भी ट्रेनिंग हम साथों साथ शुरू करें तो इट विल बी मच बेटर. जिस तरह से दक्षा मैडम ने भी कहा, तो आई वुड लाइक टू शेयर कि इसमें कहीं ना कहीं एनवायरनमेंट में सब में बहुत एक वाइडर टॉपिक है ये. इसमें फैमिली भी आ जाती है, जॉइंट फैमिलीज भी इंक्लूड हो जाती हैं. कहीं ना कहीं दादा दादी नाना नानी का बहुत बड़ा हाथ होता है, राइट? आई वुड लाइक टू शेयर माई डॉटर्स एक्सपीरियंस. माई डॉटर ईट्स एवरी फूड, एवरी फ्रूट, और उसका बीज वो जाके गमले में दबा के आ जाती है. अब ये तो हमने नहीं सिखाया उसको, बट लेकिन शी डज दिस। ये क्यों करती है? उसको ये नहीं है कि ये फ्रूट मुझे मिलेगा खाने के लिए, बट सिर्फ इसके लिए कि नहीं, ये प्लांट मैंने लगाया है और ये कहीं ना कहीं ग्रो होगा। शी प्लांटेड पपीता, शी प्लांटेड स्वीट लाइम, मीन्स इतनी सब चीजें उसने कैसे की? बिकॉज शी हैड अ ग्रैंड पेरेंट एट होम, हर दादी, उनकी दादी, उन्होंने जब उनको ये सब चीजें इनकलकेट की, वैल्यूज इनकलकेट की, वो आगे प्रोसीजर में फॉलो अप हो गई और वो एक लाइफस्टाइल बन गया। तो आई थिंक दिस इज मच मच मोर इम्पॉर्टेंट कि लाइफस्टाइल को ऐसा किया जाए। बच्चों को प्रकृति के प्रति जिम्मेदार बनाना माता पिता का फर्ज है, लेकिन इसके पहले माता पिता को जागरूक करना बहुत जरूरी है। हम ये भूल चुके हैं कि सांस लेने के लिए हमें हवा और पानी कहाँ से मिलता है, राइट? बिकॉज उसकी जरूरत हम कभी महसूस ही नहीं करती। कहाँ से आ रहा है? फ्री में तो आ रहा है, चलो ले लो। दिस इज व्हाट, जो फ्री में आता है उसकी कभी वैल्यू नहीं रहती है, ये मैं मानती हूँ कहीं ना कहीं, राइट? तो क्या, और हाँ जी, हाँ जी,
interjection on our HAM Virtue platform, we conducted a research and we calculated the amount of economic benefits the humanity gains out of a tree.
जी जी,
According to scientific research, it is 20,000 rupees per year. A tree.
then see,
Economic, economic benefits. Very rightly. Please continue. Please continue.
अच्छा, जो चीज हम अपने घर से कर सकते हैं उसके लिए व्हाई डू वी नीड टू पुट इन सम फाइनेंस? वी कैन डू इट। अगर आज इतनी पॉपुलेशन है इंडिया की, अगर हर घर से शुरुआत हो तो प्रॉब्लम ऑटोमेटिकली सॉल्व हो जाती है। लेकिन उसके लिए इनिशिएटिव लेना बहुत जरूरी है। बट ये सब कैसा है? दिस इज अ वेरी बिग थिंग। वो सबसे बड़ी बात होती है भारतीय नागरिक को जागरूक करना। दैट इज अ वेरी बिग थिंग फॉर अस। बहुत बड़ी चीज है। चलो, आज नहीं तो अभी नहीं, कभी तो जरूर होगा। कोशिश में लगे रहेंगे, कभी तो जरूर होगा। दूसरा, लास्ट बट नॉट द लीस्ट, हाँ, एजुकेशन फ्रंट पे, स्कूल के फ्रंट पे हम काफी सारी चीजें करते हैं, जैसे सोइंग सीड्स, सीड बॉल्स बनाना। उसके बाद हमने रेन फॉरेस्टेशन किया, बहुत सारी चीजें की हुई है जिससे बच्चे ये सब सीखते हैं। और इसमें कैसा है, एनवायरनमेंट में सिर्फ प्लांटेशन ऑफ ट्रीज नहीं है ना, बहुत सारी चीजें हैं। हमारे आसपास गंदा पड़ा है, उसको कोई उठाने की कोशिश नहीं करता। बच्चों को ये नहीं सिखाया जाता कि बेटा गंदगी में नहीं रहना है, यू नीड टू क्लीन दिस अप, राइट? तो ये सब चीजें, इट्स अ वेरी वास्ट टॉपिक, इट कैन नॉट बी समड अप इन 5 minutes, आई सपोज।
Correct.
You need a lot of time to have a discussion on it, and everybody has a separate point of view to it, right? और कहीं ना कहीं पॉइंट सेपरेट है, लेकिन आगे जाके कंक्लूजन एक ही निकलता है। बिल्कुल। बट लास्ट बट नॉट द लीस्ट, आई वुड लाइक टू सम अप विद द लाइन सेड बाय फ्रैंक लॉयड: स्टडी नेचर, लव नेचर, क्लोज टू बी नेचर, इट विल नेवर फेल यू। और भारतीय नागरिकों से सिर्फ इतना कहूंगी, जागो, अब तो जागो, इससे पहले कि बहुत देर हो जाए।
सही बात, 100% right.
थैंक यू सो मच, थैंक यू सो मच।
पीर पहाड़ सी हो गई, अब बदलनी चाहिए, इस हिमालय से कोई नई गंगा निकलनी चाहिए।
गंगा निकलनी चाहिए, बिल्कुल बिल्कुल।
We all have to really do that.
बिल्कुल।
And I literally like to do it. AVDL. Everybody has to take responsibility.
AVDL. Yes.
And
thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Normally, whenever there is an event, so the best performancer is always kept for the last one.
Yes.
I'm looking towards Dr. Jaya Parekh, and she is an eminent speaker. I have practically seen the role which she's playing in creating and enhancing the real education amongst the children. May I now please invite Dr. Jaya Parekh? How can we help enhance the sensitivity towards nature? Dr.
Namaste. Thank you for having me. Thanks to all the co-panelists for coming up with such didactic thoughts which have given new vision to all of us present here. I would be focusing more on what we as schools and parents can actually do. If I talk of the importance of sensitivity towards environment, it is the ability to perceive the nature around us. It's the ability to appreciate the nature around us. And it is also the ability to be able to protect it, the ability to adapt to the changes that keep happening in our environment. And if we are able to do that, we would understand the bigger perspective, the big picture, that when we talk of environment, it's not just the plants and trees, it's not just the birds, it's not just the animals, it's not just the human beings, it is everything together. I would simply say when India, when Lord Krishna propounds this philosophy of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, the Vasudha, this Dhara, is not just one of us, few of us, it is all of us. It is everything and every being together. So it's more about our thought process. It's about realizing that we all coexist together. And that is about the right kind of thinking, simple living. I would say if we can get back to simple living, it would definitely be healthy living. It would be compassionate living. It would be ethical living. Right from the simplest things that we buy for our daily needs. Are we ethical? Do we ever think how much of water has been used to produce this cotton sari if I'm wearing? For this cotton sari, how much of environmental resource has been utilized? Do I really need to have hundreds of saris, or can I, I'm one of the culprits. I'm saying this, but can we become more sensitive? Can we become more and more sensitive? And it's all about walking the talk. If I become, my friends, my colleagues, the parents become, it has definitely come down to children. So it's more of walk the talk. Now, if we talk about the natural sensitivity, I'm sure the way a child runs after the butterfly, we don't do. I don't know what stops us. But naturally, God has endowed us with this ability to appreciate nature. Now, what have we done that we have killed it? Well, that can be an assignment for us to think about. What can we do now? That is something as a teacher I would like to express my views on, and being a school principal, I would talk of those things which can actually practically be done. Children, many things have come from my other colleagues here as well. So our school, like, it has a seed bank. The children are very conscious that if they are eating fruits, they are supposed to wash the seeds. They are supposed to dry them, pack them, write the name of the plant the seed is from, bring it to the school, put it in the seed bank. The children get involved in making the seed balls using those seeds from the seed bank. They are used for gifting the visitors or guests that we have in our school.
Beautiful.
So the message which is going is, there is nothing bigger than nature that you can give to anybody. Children can also prepare the seed banks, and while traveling from on their bus, if they come across a huge barren area, they can simply throw the seed balls during the monsoons. Here, the child is getting directly connected to nature. We have tried and we have been pursuing methods like a day without walls. I'm planning for a week without walls. I'm so thankful to NEP for giving the terms like bagless days and expecting 10 bagless days. Now it's an opportunity for us to explore how to bring them closer to nature. I would propose having a gratitude walk amongst the trees. Take the child, on a nature trail, ask them to hug every tree and thank. It's experiential learning. Whether the child had this feeling or not, I'm sure it is bound to evoke. It is bound to evoke that sense of gratitude and love. It is said and it is proven, if you care, you start loving. So if you say, I don't love, this person or this thing, you start caring, and with time you would start loving. That's how, people in India is known for, people living together, the married people living for the entire life with one person they didn't even know about. It's all because we care. When we care, the love automatically is bound to happen. What else is love? So I feel this is where, whether it is doing Shramdan in the school or at home, it is having farming in the school, kitchen gardening at home, terrace gardening at home, taking them for photography. Allow children to take photographs. Ask them for competitions on, to bring their photographs for competitions on animals they have seen, birds they see, flowers they see. Once they observe, they concentrate on it. You are concentrating your time and energy on something, you are bound to develop a connection. So find opportunities for giving them time and energy to be focused on it. So photography, I think, would be a great idea that the schools can do. Bird watching. Organize overnight camps at places, nature retreats. Or I'm lucky, my school is in such an environment. We every year have an overnight camp. The children can go for bird watching in the mornings, sky gazing at night, tree counting during the day, hiking. It's all about just bringing them close to nature. The sensitivity is already there. What we have done is we have created walls between them and the nature. Once we just remove the walls, bring them closer, it is bound to happen on its own. Are we making children do projects on something which is really, really very impactful in their thinking of the lifestyle? We are talking about cyber security. We are talking about digital. Important, but equally important is to know the water footprint for every product we consume. That mobile phone, what is the water footprint of producing that one mobile? It is such a huge amount of water and other resources. So carbon footprint, for every single day I'm on this planet, how much of carbon footprint I'm contributing to this earth. These projects will actually make them very conscious of what they're doing to the environment. The connection with the people, the influence, संगति से बड़ा कोई आपके ऊपर प्रभाव नहीं हो सकता. So find the right kind of environmentalists, educators, activists, make them speak to them about wildlife. It is about marine life. It is about life on land. Out of 17 SDGs, there are 7 goals which are directly related to nature. There must be some reason. It means sustainability you can't imagine without taking care of nature or the environment. It's high time. I agree with what ma'am said before me. इससे ज़्यादा देर नहीं हो सकती. अभी नहीं तो फिर कभी नहीं. So, a change in the lifestyle, making a culture at home, making a culture in the school where we believe in simple living, ethical living, being aware and conscious of what is happening around us. I also agree with all the points shared by my friends here, making them aware and conscious of the resources, infrastructure we have, how to, it's not just about one thing. You focus, I can connect water with trees, I can connect electricity with animals, I can connect anything around us with everything. So it's again coming down to Vasudhaiv Kutumbakam, and if we can respect this feeling and contribute positively towards enhancing the beauty of this Vasudhaiv Kutumbakam, I think we have done our job.
Excellent.
So thank
Excellent.
you so much.
Excellent. As expected. As expected. And if I could quote certain words, कि कभी तो खुल के बरस अबरे मेहरवां की तरह, मेरा वजूद है जलते हुए मकां की तरह. This is what is nature is expecting from us. We need yoga people who can really connect the children with the environment. And the activities you mentioned out is exactly, this is what is needed. National Education Policy, India document 2020 talks about integrated learning. You take children into the forest, you take children to the environmental areas, and there you teach them mathematics, there you teach them ecology, there you teach them webs. And this is really needed, very impactful and very wonderful.
Nagpalji, I would just like to end with one statement for the teachers who are attending here. So, friends, one need not know the biological names or the scientific names of the animals and the plant species around you. It is just that sense of wonder you need to have and bring it to child. Have you ever made statements like, just check this, wait and watch. Look what's going to happen. Or did you notice this in the morning? Or do you find this bird chirping is different today? Or did you see that new rose that has bloomed in our school garden? Have we ever made such statements? I think if we can do this, rest, everything will be taken care of by itself. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. It was really a great session. It was really a great discussion and true brainstorming, right from the personal approaches, right from the, core areas of syllabus should be, given the attention, but environment is really needed, and very pointedly said that we need to change our attitude from subjective to objective. That was very nicely told by Madam Nikita Kothari. We need awareness. We need to start practicing charity begins at home camp at various times. We need to develop a connect of the children with the environment. That is what everybody talked about. And we need to really make things happen. If abhi nahi to kabhi nahi, I would also claim that statement here. It is a wonderful session. Now, this is another information. I'm really thankful. Hema Foundation is delighted to have you all. And I believe your company, your association will forever remain with us, because we are joined in a cohesive objective of ours to make this earth beautiful. I'm thankful to those miscreants also who came here and taught us how to handle these kind of things when it happens. Thank you so much to them also. And thank you so much, everybody. Now, in the next webinar of ours, Dr. Chinu Agrawal, which is a very, very important topic. Since the corona is there, every child is associated one or another sense with the electronic gadgets. we will talk about making children aware about cybersecurity and hazards. This is proving to be a great issue for the society. We have experienced it during our webinar. We have seen how to get rid of those miscreants. We'll be having it on 10th March 2021 at 5 to 6 p.m. I believe you'd all be joining in the capacity of yours, and you'll definitely spread this message far and wide with your knowns and acquaintances. I'm really delighted to have you all with me. Thank you so much. God bless you all. Thank you so much. We'll have the Vande Mataram, and then we'll end today's webinar. Hema Foundation's Namaskar आप सभी को.